quality of leadership we expect for Nigeria of the future. Please stay tuned. We are continuing this discussion. Welcome back. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is the Voice of Eve. We've been discussing the subject of Leadership Development Foundations, early foundations, and it's been very, very instructive. We have in the studio right now some specialists to help us to consolidate the learnings from this subject today. I have with me Chris Iwedion, a psychologist. You're very welcome.
Thank you, man. It's my pleasure.
And I have Oluyemi Anjori, an educational consultant. You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
You are very special people, psychologists, educationists, consultants. Tell us, what is the most critical omission in your own view, Chris, in the early foundations for leadership, better leadership of Nigeria?
I think the first critical issues that needs to be taught to children at the foundational stage is the fear of God.
The fear of God. Very good. Why do you say that?
Because if that is instilled at the very early stage of child development, you find the child coming up with that attitude as an adult.
Okay.
That there's some forces beyond my control that I should obey and live according to the rules and tenets of that forces, and that force is God.
God. Well, let me not take you further so that you don't monopolize this discussion. I turn to you, Oluyemi. Do you agree with him that one of the lacking critical omissions in the early foundations for development into leadership so far has been fear of God? And tell me why.
I would like to agree with him that the fear of God is critical in the life of a youth or a child in becoming the kind of leader that we hope for. Because even the Bible, the good book, says that you teach a child in the way he will go, and when he becomes an adult, he will not depart from it. Parents, our today parents, have jettisoned that instruction of teaching the child the way he should go.
And why is that?
I'm not deviating from it by words. They are deviating from it even by action.
By action.
And you see, children do not learn so much from what adults say. They learn so much from what adults do.
Yes.
So, and if adults are not doing the right thing, it means the children will learn those things that are not right, and they will also believe that those things that adults are doing are right.
Yes.
Because those actions are coming from adults. And child believe that adults should do what is right. So if an adult is lying, the child also believes that it is right to lie.
Yes.
That is why you see today the country is our leaders are so corrupt to the fact that they use the proceeds of corruption to buy houses for their children, buy cars for their children. What are they telling their children? Corruption is good. So when those children becomes adult and in position of leadership, they continue with corruption because their parents have used the proceeds of corruption to better their lives. So they also use the proceeds of corruption to better their own children's life. And that is how it goes.
Thank you very much. Chris, you mentioned fear of God. What made you point out fear of God as a priority problem in this matter?
I said psychologically, children, the Homo sapiens species is programmed to learn. If you look at other animals in the animal kingdom, the goats, for example, when delivered today, within few hours, the goats will start running, start moving around, and start trying to fend for himself.
Yes.
But if you look at the human species, we are programmed developmentally.
Yes.
We are programmed to learn certain things at certain stage. In fact, children or the human species is programmed to learn. That's why when we are born, we don't kind of get it physically, strong.
Yeah. We
right
have
from
to
birth.
learn.
We have to go through the
Learning.
walking, crawling, walking stage, running stage. It's the time that we need our parents, as we are, I said earlier that we are programmed to learn.
Yeah.
Because we are programmed to learn at the early foundation stage, we need parents. Our parents at the early foundation stage need to instill this fear of God.
Yes.
And once it's instilled at that stage,
Yes.
it stays forever.
Okay.
Anything children are taught at the early foundation stage.
Yes.
By example.
By example.
Yes. By example, stays on.
It stays on.
Lifetime.
It's wonderful. I think I agree with you, because there's one adage that warned fathers to remember, and we mouth it here too, for everybody, parents to remember, especially men, that their sons, their children, will follow their examples instead of their advice. So it's better for them to do it and let the children watch it, to leave the example. So I like that fear of God. And you have said that is the foundation at the root of corruption?
Yes.
Is it only corruption
The foundation of every evil.
in our society?
Yes.
What
Evil
about in politics?
in politics, in management, in education, just name it. That's the foundation. If the foundation is not good, what would the builder build on?
If the foundations are destroyed, what will the righteous do? God said it himself. And what you are telling us, and our viewers are watching, the foundations are just at the area of omission by Nigerians.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you, Chris, what is it that parents do worst to show that they do not care about foundations?
Parents are supposed to be model to children,
Yes.
especially at the early foundation stage. Are parents model in discipline?
We take it there. Discipline.
Yeah.
How would you expect a parent to be disciplined?
It also depends on the foundation of the parents. It's been coming on from generation to the present state.
Yes.
So I expect parents to live the kind of life that is expected them to live based on religious injunctions.
Okay. So you expect them to be restrained? Is that what you think?
Yes, we expect them.
What are the areas parents should model discipline to their children?
Yes.
At the early foundations.
At the early foundation.
What about drinking?
Parents should model discipline
Smoking?
by keeping to what they say.
Okay.
A parent says, if you pass your exams, I'm going to buy you this.
Okay.
The parent should, in short, you should not make a promise you cannot keep.
Thank you. Okay. You must keep your word.
Exactly.
I think I like that. But I'm also like going after addictions.
Yes. If a
So what
parent
do you have to say
If a
about
parent
that?
drink in
Yes.
the presence of the child,
Yes.
is telling the child that it's good to drink.
Yes.
If a parent smokes in the presence of the child,
Yes.
is telling the child that it's okay to smoke.
What about coming back late?
Similar.
Similar.
Yes.
What about messing up the marriage vow?
Yes.
Visibly.
You are telling, if you beat your wife,
Yes.
if you beat the mother of the child
Yes.
in the presence of the child,
Yes.
you are telling the child that it's okay to beat his own wife when he also becomes a husband.
Yes.
So, it just go that way.
What about fighting?
Yeah, you tell your children that it's okay to fight.
To fight.
Yeah. It's basically what you do. You are the model, you are the role model. They see you are the role model. And like the speakers before us said, he said, you are the first point of instruction
Yes.
to the child. So you are the first teacher. And the teacher, if you are not just the first teacher, because you are the first and the parent as well, you are the strongest influence upon the child.
Thank you very much. Now, what do you see wrong, Oluyemi, with parents these days at the early foundations about the dereliction and you know, like passing on their job to others. How do you see it?
What he pretends is that irresponsibility.
Yes.
And you are telling the child that it's okay to be irresponsible.
Yes.
And so, in leadership inspires. So, if you leave your job, your responsibility to someone else, you are not inspiring the child to become a leader.
Thank you. Chris, have you ever had a saying that made it clear that some children don't know their father?
Yes, I heard something like that.
God bless you. We don't have to go far to drive this lesson home. Parents must model the excellence they want their children to have.
Exactly.
It's from this stage that you create the future of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless you.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful contribution.
Thank you.
We will continue. You'll be back.
Thank you.
In leadership, as in anything else, it should be better than garbage in, garbage out. You get what you put in. We create the future from today. And parents are key, they're critical figures in the creation of the future of Nigeria, from modeling the best values before their children. This is what Early Foundations is all about. Thank you all for watching.